So, shall we start off, because we have almost 45 participants and ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർ join ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. So can we start?
Okay, start.
Okay, yes, Shion.
Okay. So welcome to Lockheads 2021. This was a real dream of ours to make this program a success, and a lot of efforts was done behind it. And thank you to our dear faculty members and advisory committee and everyone who helped us go with this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alexander Jacob sir, for joining with us today, for being a part of this. And now I would like to welcome Anusruti Manu to deliver the prayer song. Start with the prayer song.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
അടിയന്റെ നാമം നിൻ പാദതാരിൽ കാണിക്ക വെച്ചു നമിക്കുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ, കാണിക്ക വെച്ചു നമിക്കുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ. അടിയന്റെ നാമം നിൻ പാദതാരിൽ കാണിക്ക വെച്ചു നമിക്കുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ, കാണിക്ക വെച്ചു നമിക്കുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ. സുഖിനു ഈ മന്ത്രമീ ലോകമെന്നും മുഴങ്ങും. അടിയന്റെ നാമം നിൻ പാദതാരിൽ കാണിക്ക വെച്ചു നമിക്കുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ, കാണിക്ക വെച്ചു നമിക്കുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ. Thank you.
Thank you, Anu. Sir, Anu, നമ്മുടെ Super 4 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടൊരു പ്രോഗ്രാമില് she was a participant there. ആണ് അനുശ്രുതി മനു. She is from our class.
Okay.
It's an honor to have such a personality in class actually.
Sure.
Now I welcome Varada P. Nair to deliver the welcome speech.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, Varada.
Honorable dignitaries, teachers, volunteers, and my dear friends, a very good morning to one and all. Dear spectators, you yourself will witness the strong commitment of words and the highest quality of speech and verbal feast unfold today. I take this golden opportunity to deliver the welcome speech. First and foremost, today's special invitee, our chief guest, Alexander Jacob sir, retired DGP, is with us in spite of his busy schedule. It gives us even more pleasure to inform you all that sir is an alumni of Maravanis College. It feels honored and great to have you here, sir. We welcome you to inaugurate this grand occasion. We feel grateful to welcome our judges who took out time to judge and guide the students of this competition, starting with Gautam Lakshman Arun and Sandra Biju Varghese, who will be judging our first committee, India as a Potential Power, Siddharth M. Joy and Adarsh Varghese, who will be judging the second committee, Economy Hike versus Environmental Drift, and our third committee, Gender Equality, will be judged by Alka Miriam Simon and Agnes Maria George. We heartily welcome you judges to this auspicious occasion. Next, I'd like to welcome all the members of our advisory committee present here, without whom this program would have never happened. Starting with Dr. K.L. Anandavalli ma'am, Director of Self-Financing Wing, PJ Jacob Sir, HOD of Self-Financing English Department, and Archayas Prasannan, Faculty Advisor of S2 English Language and Literature Self-Financing Wing of Marivanis College. I'd like to mention our principal, Dr. Jijibon K. Thomas, our bursar, Reverend Joshua Kochivilail, and Father Subin, who stood as a backbone and helped us throughout in making this program a great success. We heartily welcome you all. Next, I welcome our sponsors, Roy Matthew Nedungateda, Sharon Memorial Trust and Square Arc Architectural Studio and structural designers who also made a major contribution in the success of this event. An enormous welcome to all of you. A teacher holds a hand, opens a mind and touches a heart. I feel honored to welcome all the teachers to this event. Heartfelt welcome, teachers. I welcome all the volunteers, well-wishers, and committee members who are a great support and worked hard in making an amazing program like Locked Heads. A wholehearted welcome to each one of you. Last, but certainly not the least, I welcome all the participants who are the heroes of today. Without you, this program means nothing at all. I also welcome all the parents and students who took out time to witness and cheer our participants. A heartful welcome. Once again, I bid you all a genial welcome to make this event vibrant and vivid. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Varada. Next, I welcome our HOD, Dr. PJ Jacob sir, to introduce the guests and to give us a little words of his.
Good morning, all. I've been asked to do the duty of welcoming our chief guest. So let me directly go to the duty that is assigned to me. Dr. Alexander Jacob, IPS, retired DGP, in fact, needs no introduction. That is the best introduction that I can give about him. But to my students, the organizers who have arranged this program, I have to make it very clear that Dr. Alexander Jacob, or Alexander Jacob Sir, was a faculty member of the Department of English, and I had the privilege to be his student. Whenever Sir meets me, he says, I remember Jacob sitting in the first bench and looking eagerly at whatever comes out of my mouth. Yes, sir, I still remember that. And when I was a student, when I was doing my PhD at Institute of English, Sir used to come there too, as part of his dissertation work, and Sir would always remember me as one of his favorite students sitting in the first bench. Sir, I cannot express my thanks and my concern towards you. But still, I would like to say today, Alexander Jacob Sir is one of the most sought after, one of the most heard speakers in the arena today, be it on any matter, pure literature, language, politics, social, economic, pertaining to the police department, or his experiences as a personality. Alexander Jacob Sir's speeches can keep us spellbound. During my career as a faculty member of Marivanis College, whenever Alexander Jacob Sir came to inaugurate either the English Department Association or the College Union or the Economics Association, Sir's speeches were always full of variety. He would mix humor and seriousness together to keep his audience. I still remember some of the occasions when Sir kept the audience, the packed Marivanis College auditorium, spellbound. Students would come to listen to Sir's speech, irrespective of what the program was, whether it is the Economics Association inauguration or the English Department Association. Sir could keep everybody spellbound. The knowledge that he shared. Similarly, as a teacher, when I happened to hear his talks, his highly scholarly talks at the Academic Staff College, Sir could keep the teachers there also spellbound. Sir has that special ability to keep us informed about anything. It can be on any topic. Sir has that gift of the gab. I pray that this great orator, this great lover of literature, this great lover of humanity may be blessed by the Almighty with many more years of great speeches, great events, and great words of wisdom. Sir, on behalf of Marianis College, on behalf of the management, the staff, the students, the organizers of LOCHED, I have to do my duty to welcome you to this program to inaugurate the function. Okay. Thank you, sir. Now, I just need one more minute to personally welcome all the faculty members who have joined, including Anandavalli ma'am, J.A. Thomas sir, Tara ma'am, and my own colleagues from the department who have joined. The principal, Dr. Jijimon K. Thomas, has sent a special message which he has asked me to convey to the students. He has sent a message that his best regards to my dear students for organizing this great event. It's in one sentence, but it means a lot. Sir would have joined, but maybe a long time ago, he had promised the Chemistry Association that he would step in for a few minutes to inaugurate that. And as we all know, Monday the exams are beginning and there are 12 sub-centers all over Kerala, and sir is very busy with arranging all these things. Father Subin or Father Joshua Kuchivalela Bursar, who is the backbone supporting all this, is also out of station in connection with the conduct of the examinations, and he is not available, so he has also sent his regards. A word of thanks and appreciation to the organizers who have been toiling day in and day out for months. We had to change the schedule, reschedule several times, postpone the program several times because of the present scenario, the pandemic or the COVID. And we had to wait for the situation to get normal. And finally, the great day has come. Thank you, Alexander Jacob, sir. And my best regards to all the students, the participants, well-wishers, etc. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, without much waiting, we'll go over to Alexander Jacob, sir. So over to you.
Dear Professor Jacob, dear Anandavalli teacher, respected teachers, the organizers of this debating competition, and all the students who are participating from different parts of Kerala in this competition. I am very happy to be in your midst because coming back to Marianis College is always a pleasure for me. I was a student of the college for 3 years, from 72 to 75. Marianis produced so many elocution and debating veterans at that time. Mohan Gopal, the son of the former IG M. Gopalan, Suja Jones, and former Chief Secretary J. Umar sir formed the dreaded elocution team of Marianis College at that time. When we people took over, myself and Chief Secretary G.G. Thompson formed the debating team. And we used to travel whole of Kerala. And at one time, we brought around 48 trophies. And there was no place in the principal's rooms to keep all those trophies. Another shelf had to be built. Later, when I became the staff member, I was put in charge of the extracurricular activities. And we formed a team with Abraham Joseph, who later became the faculty of English department. Sajan J. Venur, the son of E.M. J. Venur, Alex K.S. Alexander, and Dr. Luke, who later became the head of the department in Ludhiana Medical College. That was another formidable elocution team from Marianis College. So coming back to Marianis College to inaugurate an elocution competition like this, a debating competition like this, is a wonderful experience. Kerala produced so many good debaters. In world history of debate, the best debate quoted is a debate between Shankaracharya, the greatest Malayali ever born, with Mandana Mishra about Advaitam. It's a debate which lasted for 41 days, but a summary of that is given in Shankara Digvijaya. All those who wish to become good debaters should read that long debate, how an argument has to be raised and won with the depth of knowledge. Kerala produced great debaters like V.K. Krishnamanon, who went to the UNO and spoke for 9 hours, beating every argument from world leaders. We have as Trivandrum MP, our beloved Shashi Tharoor, a person whose debates sounded in UNO, in the Indian Parliament. So Kerala produced great debaters like this. Joseph Mundasheri or Sukumar Azhikode need no special mention because they occupy our minds. World has changed with the speeches. Around 35,000 years ago, human brain got a mutation. With that mutation, the capacity for speech came to our tongue. With the vocal cords and the tongue and the lips and the palate, we could develop speech. From gestures, we moved to speech. But that speech was a berberine type of communication. But around 6,000 years back, mankind developed phonetics, and then we could distinguish between Swara and Vyanjanam. The Indo-European languages developed it in such a way that language became a master of communication. The Semitic languages, Aramaic, Hebrew, etc., never developed these vowels, A, E, I, O, U. But the Indo-European language is very special, and it was made especially good by Sanskrit, Greek, Latin, and the Romance languages like English, French, and German. Now, this phonetic added words creates a wonderful, mesmerizing effect on the people. Houston Peterson wrote a famous book, Treasury of World's Greatest Speeches. And he listed 165 speeches which changed the course of history. If one man can command a language and develop a thesis and communicate it convincingly to a crowd, the crowd will change over from the previous mind to a new mind. A classical example of that is given in Julius Caesar, the famous drama of Shakespeare. The original speech of Mark Antony was only around 1.5 pages. I have read the original. But that original speech was transformed by Shakespeare into a mighty speech. Wonderful. And in the course of the speech, the entire people of Rome changed sides. And the course of Roman history changed with one speech. We know the speeches of Demosthenes, wonderful example of great speeches. And by the time it came to Cicero, he wrote the famous book on oratorical techniques, rhetorical techniques. Later improved much better by Plutarch in his great writings. In India, we had a great sage called Vakpadan. He was deaf and dumb till the age of 12. Kali Devi opened his mouth, and he later became a great debater and speech maker. The word Vakpadan means a soldier with words. And he wrote, along with Bhartrhari, the great treatise on how a speech has to be made, how a debate has to be raised. Luckily for us, there is English translation for this Bhartrhari's text as well as Vakpadan's text. This shows us how a speech has to be made in the Indian context. And we know many speeches in the Indian context. For example, Bhagavad Gita, it's a speech by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, which completely transformed him. We have the great speech of Lord Rama to Hanuman before he launched his way to Lanka. We learn in Mahabharata that Hanuman was a Midhapashi, but a Shaktapashi. He was soft in words, but very strong in his ideas. Many such speeches are recorded. Vidura Vakyam, Vidura's speech is recorded in the Mahabharata. Now, this kind of speeches are modeled in India. Now, each one of you who have come to this competition, you should be able to develop this art, first of elocution and then of debating. Elocution or speech making means on a particular subject, you collect the ideas and in a coherent way, you build up those ideas and communicate it through words. It doesn't have argument inside most of the time. You are asked to make a speech on Indian civilization. You can make a wonderful speech in 1 hour or 3 hours or 6 hours. No problem. But it is communicating or describing something which is concrete. Sometimes a speech comes about abstract ideas. Then also you develop that idea and communicate it. Now, to make a speech, first of all, you should know how to change your pitch and volume of your speech, how to develop your intonation of the speech, and then how to communicate that to the crowd. So the gift of the gab or the language has to be there. You should have to bring in authority. Learned people who have written some books or a quotation from a great treatise or an incident which is quoted from an idihasa. That has to be argued in between and substantiated. Then you have to bring in punch words and punch phrases with which emphatically you communicate that idea to the crowd. So that is elocution. But debate is far, far complicated. That is, you have to present one side of the idea. And on the other side, somebody else is arguing. So you have to develop your idea first. Then you have to anticipate what all ideas possibly the other side can raise. And then immediately find out the counter arguments. Then you have to keep something in reserve. When the normal debate is over, you have to make a punch in the end. In that you bring a very, very fantastic idea or something by which the opponents can be silenced. Once you make that argument, then the opponents cannot further argue with you. That is a trump card. So you keep a trump card with you till the end and strike at the last moment. Then the whole audience come to a silence and then applaud. Then you win the debate. So argument, counter argument, and then ending it with a punch sentence or punch word or punch phrase. That is a successful way of fighting a debate. Now, first of all, you have to make your thesis. In the Karl Marx idea, thesis, antithesis, and a synthesis. So you present your thesis, the opposite side will bring the antithesis. And by the end of the argument, you can produce the punch line with which the whole crowd will come to a conclusion. That conclusion is a synthesis, which will become the future thesis for the generations to come. To develop this art, first of all, you have to have your language. Develop a very good language, grammatical and idiomatic language. Then you should know how to arrange your sound, the fluctuating of your pitch and the volume of your sound. And then the speed. Some people start very slowly and then go to a high pitched speed. But whenever you go to a high pitched speed, your heart should be able to adjust with that. Or else it can get into very dangerous things. Benjamin Disraeli spoke on the British Parliament, and in that emotion he fainted. William Wilberforce spoke with such speed about the anti-slavery movement and how slavery should be abolished. He fell down unconscious, and after 2 days he died. In the British Parliament itself, 3 people have died, including one Prime Minister, because of the speed with which they made that debate. So the brain and the heart could not cope with it. So you should adjust your speed to such a way that you should know your capacity of how many words per minute your lungs and your heart can sustain. So language, grammatical use of it, adjusting the pitch and volume, and adjusting the speed of your speech. All the 3 are very important. and then find out the opposite argument, and then in advance prepare for the possible counter arguments. And sometimes they will bring some arguments which you have never heard about. Then don't go flat in front of that. You find some other argument to counter it, or produce your trump card so that you counter it to a large extent. Now, the last point you should remember is, after you make your speech, it should be imprinted in the minds of the leaders. Your speech may be very good, but that may not be remembered by the people. In the Gettysburg battlefield, the greatest speaker of America at that time, James Everett, he made a speech of 2.5 hours. Fantastic speech, at the end of which the organizer said, the President of the United States will make a few words. Lincoln stood up, and in his famous Gettysburg address, in 360 words, in 10 sentences, he brought down the classic speech of 19th century. Now, the speech of Everett was fantastic, but very few people like me have labored to read that whole speech. If you ask the people in Kerala, hardly around 20 people may have read Everett's full speech of 2.5 hours, including me, a few people. But you ask about Lincoln's speech, almost every student in a college will repeat that speech. Lakhs and millions of Malayalis will know about Gettysburg's speech. That is the difference between the great speech and a speech which is remembered. So making a speech like Everett's speech is wonderful, but you should be able to make speeches like Lincoln, so that at the end of the speech get imprinted on the minds of the people, and they get convinced about what you said. So art of Everett's speech is one, art of Lincoln's speech is another. Martin Luther King, in I Have a Dream speech, hardly a speech of 5 minutes, but the course of American history changed. Emancipation Declaration was passed. He was assassinated. He got a Nobel Prize for that speech. He was assassinated. Kennedy was assassinated. But within 5 years, Emancipation Declaration made by Lincoln, which could not be made into law for 100 years, was ultimately enacted by Lyndon B. Johnson. He died of a heart attack as a result of that. That's a different thing, but it became law. 40 years later, Barack Obama fighting the presidential election quotes from that speech. That is a wonderful nature of that speech. So ultimately, a Negro-born child became American president. A speech of just 5 minutes. This is the greatness of speech making or debating for a cause. Then Martin Luther King's speech is a great debate about a new vision planted on American minds. Both black and white fell into that belief, and American history changed, world history changed. Now, this is what is called debating competition. It is well worth that the English Association is organizing this debating competition, with the principal and the head of the department participating in this kind of a inter-collegiate debating competition. It is made in memory of 2 people, including Sharon, whom I knew as a small child, and his sister Shion is organizing this as the principal organizer. Well done, Shion. Go ahead with this kind of attempts, because it is a very good thing. I am very interested in the title of the debating competition. It is Locking Heads. Many times we go for debating competition, title is Locking Horns, an animal fighting. Locking horns is a bitter fight. Sometimes one participant dies in the fight. I had objected to this naming of debating competition as Locking Horns, but I am very happy that the title of today's debating competition is Locking Heads. Debate is a thing made by the brain. 2 heads, 2 brains are fighting, and that is a fight of ideas. So titling of the debating competition as Locking Heads is very wonderful. I wish the English department very well, and I pay my homage in memory of the 2 persons in whose memory this debating competition is held. I wish good luck to all the participants coming from different parts of Kerala. My dear participants, you are coming for a fight, but no enmity is involved. No prestige is involved. You are coming with your merit. Somebody else is coming with his merit or her merit. It is only a question of merit. It is not a fight between two colleges or two individuals. It's a friendly fight. It's an exchange of ideas. And that will shape in you the capacity to speak and exchange ideas. So it is a friendly fight. It is an intellectual competition, not a fight for supremacy. Now develop this quality with you so that you can make good speech makers. Some of you will become college lecturers and utilize this capacity for speech making in the classes. The students will get enthralled in your speech and remain in the classes. Now that capacity to teach has a content of debate and elocution inside it. Some of you can become very good writers, developing ideas and fighting of ideas. It will develop you a capacity to become journalists and very good writers of books, so that knowledge is transformed during your lifetime. Some of you will get a chance to get into politics, come to the legislature assembly or to the parliament, and sometimes go to the UN as a parliament. All of you should know that the former UN ambassador of India, our beloved T.P. Srinivasan, was a former faculty of this English department of Marivanas College. So some of you can become T.P. Srinivasan, sir. Go to UNO and make the speeches there. Through that speeches, you can change ideas, make laws. And when you make laws, the future of this country will go to a new shape of things. So this capacity can lead you to an assembly, or it can lead you to the parliament. One of the best parliamentarians of Kerala Assembly, T.M. Jacob, was a student of Marivanas College. He developed that capacity for Marivanas College and later became a very good parliament. He got the best parliamentarian award from the Kerala Assembly. His son also is a student of Marivanas College. Anup Jacob, student of Marivanas College. Marivanas College has produced 2 ministers and around 14 MLAs. All of them were very good speakers. They imbibed that capacity from Marivanas College. So from this debating competition, you should develop these ideas and keep that capacity for speech making. To become a great teacher or a professor, or a great writer, or a good journalist, or a very good parliamentarian. And that capacity will lead you to communicate ideas and develop a good society. Best luck to all of you, and congratulations to the winner in advance. I am very happy to inaugurate this logged heads debating competition in memory of Sharon and the second person in Marivanas College, happily. Best luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful speech, and you helped us to go through all phases of debate. Like, you just took us through it. You gave each and every participant something that they should carry out throughout this competition, that they could really keep in their minds and use it in this competition. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Now I welcome Sri Lakshmi to deliver the word of thanks.
Good morning, one and all. Respected chief guests, faculties, executive board, and my dear friends. Man's ability to think and contemplate and express his thoughts and ideas and to communicate them to others sets him apart from other creatures on this planet. Currently, injustice is rife in our society. In this context, having an opinion is a bigger personal milestone than it may seem. If all of us just sit back and think of ourselves as too weak or too little to fight that seemingly huge battle, then absolutely no change would ever be accomplished. It's a fact that everyone may not agree with your opinions, but voicing them may bring even the slightest change. Here, we, the students of S2 English Language and Literature of Maribanis College, are trying to boost that potential in you to speak out through this inter-college debate competition. It adds to my pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event. First of all, I extend my gratitude to our chief guest Alexander Jacob sir, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir, for inspiring us with your valuable words. I'm sure your words were so useful and significant to our participants and all the viewers. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to thank our HOD, Jacob sir, faculty advisor, Archa ma'am, and all the respected faculties who have blessed us today with their presence. Next, I would like to thank the executive board members who have joined us to evaluate this competition. I also thank our sponsors, Roy Matthew Nedungatete, Sharon Memorial Trust, and Square Arc Architectural Studio and Structural Designers for understanding our purpose and taking out the time for investing in our event. Last but not least, I would like to thank each and everyone who put in their efforts into this competition and all the participants without whom Logheads wouldn't have been a reality. Speech is power, speech is to persuade, to convert, to compel. With these powerful words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, I conclude my words. Once again, thanking all for your valuable time, and on behalf of the entire team, I welcome all of you to the first session of this competition. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The officer. Officer.